Have you ever felt like you're always the backup plan and never the priority in someone's life? That feeling where it seems like everyone else's needs and wishes come first, and you're left wondering if you truly matter to them at all. Today, we're going to tackle this head on. It's not just about feeling valued, it's about understanding the subtle art of becoming irresistible, transforming into someone people naturally prioritize and cherish. We're not talking about changing who you are, but rather about enhancing the incredible person you already are. If you've ever felt overlooked or undervalued, this video is your game changer. By the end of our journey today, you'll have a whole new perspective on how to be seen, heard, and valued in every relationship. So, ditch the invisibility cloak and grab your pen. We're rewriting your story one powerful rule at a time. Hit that subscribe button and buckle up, because this is the journey from background noise to unforgettable. You ready? Let's go. Rule 1. The art of mystery. In the journey to becoming someone people can't forget, the first step is mastering the art of mystery. Now, when we say mystery, we're not talking about being secretive or hiding who you are. It's about revealing yourself gradually, like a story that unfolds one chapter at a time. This approach sparks curiosity and keeps people interested in learning more about you. Think about it this way: when you meet someone new and they share everything about themselves right away, there's less to discover later. But if they reveal their stories, dreams, and thoughts bit by bit, each meeting becomes an opportunity to learn something new and exciting about them. It's this gradual process of learning that keeps our interest alive. The Stoic philosophers understood the power of restraint. Marcus Aurelius, for instance, believed in the virtue of temperance, not revealing everything at once, but rather sharing thoughts and insights thoughtfully and at the right moments. This doesn't mean you're hiding your true self. Instead, you're giving people the chance to understand and appreciate the depth of your personality over time. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This can be applied to how we share ourselves with others. Enjoy the present moments of interaction without the need to rush and reveal everything about your future plans, past experiences, or deepest thoughts. Let these things come out naturally as your relationships grow. The art of mystery is not about creating a false persona or being intentionally elusive. It's about understanding that your life story is valuable, and sharing it should be done with care and consideration. Like a skilled storyteller, you unfold the layers of your character, experiences, and beliefs in a way that invites others to want to know more, to be part of your narrative. This approach to interaction creates a magnetic appeal. People are naturally drawn to those who intrigue them, to those who leave a little to the imagination. It's like the joy of reading a good book. You're eager to turn the page, to see what's next. By practicing the art of mystery, you become that captivating book, leaving people looking forward to every new chapter in your story. Rule 2. Show your value. The second rule in becoming a priority in others' lives is to demonstrate your value. This isn't about boasting or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about showing that you are unique and important, just like everyone else, and that your presence in someone's life is something special. Think of it this way: things that are easily available to us, we often take for granted. But those that are rare, that require effort to obtain, we value more. This rule is about showing that you are like that rare, valuable treasure. It means living your life in a way that shows you respect and value yourself. When you do this, others will start to see and respect your value too. Marcus Aurelius, a wise Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This means focusing on what you can control, your actions, your beliefs, your strengths. When you understand your own worth and don't depend on others to validate it, you naturally become more appealing. Seneca also taught us about the value of time and how it reflects our self-worth. He said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." By choosing not to waste your time on people who don't appreciate you, you show that your time is valuable. This doesn't mean you should be arrogant or dismissive. Instead, engage deeply with those who respect and value your time and energy. Moreover, Epictetus, another great Stoic, emphasized the importance of self-reliance. We cannot control the world, but we can control our reactions. In the context of relationships, this means not seeking approval or validation from others, but finding it within yourself. When you are self-reliant and confident, people are more likely to see you as someone of value. In practice, this rule is about living with dignity, self-respect, and confidence. It's about knowing your worth and not being afraid to show it in a humble but firm way. When you respect yourself, set healthy boundaries, and pursue your own goals with determination, you naturally attract the respect and attention of others. They see you not just as another person, but as someone important and worth investing in. This is how you start to become a priority in their lives. Rule 3, create your own happiness. The third rule to becoming a priority in others' lives is about finding and creating your own happiness. This rule is fundamental because when you are happy within yourself, you naturally become more attractive to others. This isn't about pretending to be happy, it's about genuinely finding what brings joy to your life and pursuing it. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, taught that happiness comes from within. He said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This means that your joy doesn't depend on others. It starts with your own thoughts and attitude towards life. When you focus on positive thoughts and find happiness in your own actions and achievements, you project a kind of confidence and contentment that draws people in. Seneca also emphasized the importance of being content with oneself. He believed that true happiness is self-generated and not reliant on external factors. According to him, true happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. In practical terms, this means living in the moment and appreciating the joys of life as they come, instead of constantly seeking happiness from others. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, talked about the importance of focusing on what is within our control. He advised, "Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourselves." This is a powerful reminder that your happiness should not depend on other people's actions or opinions. Instead, it should be based on your own values, activities, and self-care. In real-life application, this rule means engaging in hobbies and activities that you love, spending time with people who make you feel good, and taking care of your physical and mental health. It's about building a life that you are happy with, regardless of your relationship status. When you're happy with who you are and your life, you don't look to others to fill a void. Instead, you share your complete, happy self with them. This quality is highly attractive and makes others want to be part of your life, not because you need them to be happy, but because they are drawn to your happiness. In summary, creating your own happiness is about cultivating a positive mindset, enjoying the present, and finding joy in your own life. This inner happiness radiates outward, making you a person others want to be around, and naturally elevating you to a priority in their lives. Rule 4. Be valuable and let others invest in you. The fourth rule in becoming a priority in others' lives is about understanding your worth and allowing others to invest their time and effort in you. This rule is about recognizing that you are valuable, much like a rare and unique treasure, and not something that can be easily obtained without effort. This concept is reflected in the teachings of the Stoic philosophers. For instance, Epictetus, a renowned Stoic thinker, said, "No great thing is created suddenly." This applies to relationships as well. Great connections aren't formed overnight. They require time, effort, and mutual investment. When you allow others to invest their time and energy in you, they start to value you more because they see your worth and what you bring into their lives. Marcus Aurelius also emphasized the importance of self-worth. He believed in the value of inner strength and self-respect, suggesting that one's own perception of themselves plays a crucial role in how others perceive and value them. According to Aurelius, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. When you know your value and project this self-assurance, others are more likely to recognize and respect your worth. Seneca's teachings also align with this rule. He advocated for a life of self-contentment and the importance of being valuable to oneself first. He said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This means that fearing others won't see your value is often an unfounded concern. When you focus on being valuable to yourself, others will start to see and appreciate this value too. In practice, this rule involves living a life that reflects your worth. Engage in activities that enhance your knowledge and skills. Take care of yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally. Build a life that you are proud of, one that others would want to be a part of. Remember, when people invest their time and effort in you, it creates a deeper connection and makes your relationship with them more meaningful. They begin to see you not just as another person in their life, but as someone significant and irreplaceable. In summary, being valuable and allowing others to invest in you is about recognizing your worth, engaging in self-improvement, and building meaningful relationships through mutual effort and respect. This approach makes you a priority in others' lives, not because you demand it, but because they genuinely value and appreciate you. Rule 5. Live your own life. The fifth rule for becoming a priority in others' lives is to focus on living your own life to the fullest. This means embracing your independence and pursuing your personal interests and goals. It's about creating a fulfilling life for yourself, rather than relying on others for your happiness and sense of purpose. Marcus Aurelius, a wise Stoic emperor, once said, "He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe." This quote beautifully captures the essence of this rule. Living in harmony with yourself means recognizing and pursuing your own dreams, passions, and goals. When you are content and fulfilled in your own life, it naturally makes you more attractive to others. They see you as someone who is self-sufficient and complete, which draws them towards you. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, also stressed the importance of self-contentment. He believed that our happiness should not depend solely on our relationships with others. Seneca advised, "If you wish to be loved, love." This means that before seeking love and validation from others, you should first find love and contentment within yourself. By doing so, you become someone who does not demand attention, but naturally attracts it. Epictetus emphasized the idea of focusing on what is within our control: our actions, our pursuits, and our responses to life's challenges. He said, "We are disturbed not by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens." In the context of living your own life, this means not allowing your happiness to be overly dependent on how others treat you or perceive you. Instead, focus on building a life that brings you joy and satisfaction. Practically, living your own life means engaging in activities that you love, whether it's pursuing a hobby, advancing in your career, or spending time with friends and family who uplift you. It's about setting personal goals and working towards them. When you have a rich and fulfilling life of your own, people naturally want to be part of it. They see you as someone who brings value and joy, not as someone who constantly needs support or validation. In summary, living your own life is about being self-reliant and finding happiness in your personal achievements and activities. It's about being content with who you are and what you have, which in turn makes you more appealing to others. When you live a fulfilling life independently, you naturally become a person others want to prioritize and include in their own lives. Rule 6. Prioritize your own needs. The sixth rule in making yourself a priority in others' lives is to first prioritize your own needs. This rule emphasizes the importance of self-care and self-respect. It's about understanding that taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's necessary. When you respect and fulfill your own needs, you project a sense of self-assurance and worth, which others find attractive and are drawn to. Marcus Aurelius, a notable Stoic philosopher, spoke about the power of self-control and inner strength. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This powerful statement highlights the importance of focusing on yourself and your needs. It reminds us that while we can't control how others treat us, we can control how we treat ourselves. Prioritizing your own needs is a way of exercising control over your own life and well-being. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of self-reliance and independence. He believed that our happiness should come from within, and that we shouldn't rely too heavily on others for our sense of worth or contentment. He taught that finding fulfillment in ourselves is key to living a balanced and harmonious life. Epictetus also contributed valuable insights on this topic. He believed in the importance of focusing on what we can control, our actions and our responses. He said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." In the context of prioritizing your own needs, this means taking responsibility for your own happiness and well-being, rather than expecting others to fulfill those roles. In practice, prioritizing your own needs means setting boundaries in your relationships and ensuring that you are not constantly putting others' needs ahead of your own. It involves making time for yourself, whether for relaxation, hobbies, or personal growth. It's about making choices that contribute to your own health and happiness, even if that means sometimes saying no to others. In summary, prioritizing your own needs is about understanding and respecting your own worth. It's about taking care of yourself, both physically and emotionally. When you do this, you create a life that is not only fulfilling in itself, but also makes you a more attractive and respected presence in the lives of others. By showing that you value yourself, you encourage others to value you as well. Rule 7. Value your time and presence. The seventh rule for becoming a priority in the lives of others is to value your time and presence. This means understanding that your availability and attention are precious and should not be given away lightly. It's about showing that you have your own life, interests, and responsibilities, which makes your time and attention valuable gifts that you choose to share. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of valuing one's own time. He said, "Do not act as if you had 1,000 years to live." This reminds us that our time is limited and valuable, and we should spend it wisely. When you are selective about how and with whom you spend your time, you communicate that your presence is not something to be taken for granted. Seneca also spoke about the preciousness of time. He famously stated, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This reinforces the idea that being mindful of how we use our time is crucial. By not always being readily available, you show that you value your own time, which in turn leads others to value it too. Epictetus, another Stoic thinker, believed in the principle of focusing on what is within our control. He advised that we should spend our time on things that enrich and improve our lives. In the context of valuing your time, this means engaging in activities that are meaningful to you and only sharing your time with people who respect and appreciate it. Practically, valuing your time means not always saying yes to every request or invitation. It's about having your own schedule and priorities and making deliberate choices about how you spend your time. It involves creating a balance between your needs and the needs of others, ensuring that you are not always put last on your own list. In summary, valuing your time and presence is about recognizing your own worth and showing it through how you manage your time. It's about being present where it counts, but also making sure you have enough time for yourself and your own pursuits. This approach makes your presence more valuable and sought after, helping you become a priority in the lives of others. Rule 8. Balance in initiating communication. Rule 8 for becoming a priority in others' lives focuses on the balance in initiating communication. This rule is about not always being the one to start conversations or make plans. When you let others take the initiative sometimes, it shows that you value your own time and interests, and it gives them the opportunity to show that they value and are interested in you too. Marcus Aurelius, a wise Stoic philosopher, once said, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing." This quote is relevant here as it suggests that life, including relationships, requires effort, adaptability, and not always leading the action. In communication, this means sometimes taking a step back and allowing the other person to step forward. It's about creating a balance where both parties contribute to the relationship equally. Seneca's teachings also align with this rule. He believed in the importance of self-reliance and not placing one's happiness entirely in the hands of others. By not always being the one to initiate contact, you show that your happiness and sense of worth are not completely dependent on the other person. This approach also gives them the chance to miss you and to reach out to you, showing that they value your presence in their lives. Epictetus spoke about the value of self-discipline and control in our actions. He said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Applying this to our rule, it suggests the importance of listening and giving space in communication, not always filling the silence with your own words or actions. It's about finding a balance between speaking and listening, initiating and waiting. In practice, this rule involves being mindful of how often you're reaching out first. It's okay to initiate contact, but also give the other person the chance to do so. This doesn't mean playing games or keeping a score. It's about creating a healthy dynamic where both parties feel equally invested in the relationship. In summary, balancing in initiating communication is about respecting your own time and giving others the space to show their interest and investment in you. It's a way of ensuring that the relationship is mutually beneficial and that both parties are equally engaged. This balance makes the relationship more fulfilling and helps you become a priority in each other's lives. Rule 9. Maintain emotional balance. Rule 9 in becoming a priority in others' lives is about maintaining a balance in your emotional attachments. This rule advocates for a healthy approach to how we emotionally invest in relationships. It's about not letting our emotions completely dictate the course of our interactions, but rather managing them in a way that promotes self-respect and mutual respect in relationships. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher known for his wisdom, taught the importance of emotional restraint and rational thinking. He said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." In the context of emotional balance, this means not reacting impulsively or emotionally to situations, but responding in a measured, thoughtful way. This approach helps in not getting too emotionally overwhelmed or attached too quickly in relationships. Seneca, another Stoic thinker, emphasized the importance of being in control of one's emotions. He said, "He suffers more than necessary who suffers before it is necessary." This quote highlights the idea of not letting anxiety or premature emotional responses dictate our actions. In relationships, this means giving them time to develop naturally without placing too much emotional weight on them prematurely. Epictetus also spoke about the significance of controlling our reactions. He stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Applying this to emotional balance, it suggests that while we can't control how others behave in a relationship, we can control how deeply we allow ourselves to be emotionally affected by it. This isn't about being cold or distant. It's about maintaining a healthy emotional distance while you gauge the mutual investment and respect in the relationship. In practical terms, this rule involves being mindful of how quickly and intensely you become emotionally involved with someone. It's about taking the time to get to know the person and allowing the relationship to develop at a healthy pace. This approach not only protects you from potential emotional distress, but also adds to your appeal, as it shows that you are someone who values themselves and the emotional quality of their relationships. In summary, maintaining emotional balance is about managing your emotional investments wisely. It's about not rushing into deep emotional attachments and instead letting them grow naturally. This balanced approach makes you a more stable and attractive partner, increasing your chances of being a priority in someone's life. Rule 10. Be willing to walk away. The 10th and final rule in becoming a priority in others' lives is having the courage to walk away from situations or relationships that don't respect or value you. This rule is about recognizing your worth and not being afraid to step back when a relationship is not beneficial to you. It's a powerful statement of self-respect and an important step in ensuring that you are treated as a priority by others. Marcus Aurelius, a respected Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of inner strength and self-respect. He taught, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote is highly relevant to our rule. It suggests that the strength to walk away from a negative situation comes from within. It's about understanding that you cannot always control how others treat you, but you can control your response to it. Seneca also spoke on the value of self-worth and the importance of not settling for less than you deserve. He said, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." In the context of relationships, this means that the quality of the connections you have is more important than merely having someone in your life for the sake of not being alone. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, believed in the freedom of choice and personal responsibility. He advised, "Only the educated are free." This freedom includes the ability to choose to leave a situation that is not respectful or beneficial to you. Being educated in this sense means understanding your value and knowing that you deserve respectful and healthy relationships. Practically, being willing to walk away means setting boundaries in your relationships and sticking to them. It involves recognizing when a relationship is one-sided or disrespectful and having the self-respect to leave, rather than staying and accepting less than you deserve. This decision is not easy, but it is a powerful affirmation of your self-worth. In summary, being willing to walk away is about understanding and asserting your value. It's about not being afraid to leave situations that don't treat you with the respect and consideration you deserve. This rule is crucial because it demonstrates to others and yourself that you are someone who must be valued and prioritized. It's a statement that you are worth more and will not settle for less. As we come to the end of our journey together today, remember this: your worth is not defined by others, but by the strength and grace with which you uphold your values and respect yourself. You are a magnificent tapestry of experiences, dreams, and wisdom. Never forget that. Embrace these 10 rules not just as guidelines, but as affirmations of the incredible person you already are. Each step you take towards valuing yourself teaches the world how to value you in return. And remember, while today's chapter closes, your journey of growth and self-discovery is an endless adventure. If you've found value in what we've shared today, I invite you to explore more. On the screen, you'll find a playlist that will guide you further down this path of self-empowerment and personal growth. Click on it, dive in, and continue to transform your life into the masterpiece it's meant to be. Thank you for spending this time with me. Keep shining, keep growing, and always know that in the story of your life, you are and always will be the lead character. See you in the next video.